Hello guys, and welcome to our next class here on Verbling with Teacher Wesley. In this hour we're going to be doing an intermediate class based on listening comprehension. We will listen to 6-minute audio clips. Sorry, I had to turn something off there. We're going to listen to a 6-minute audio clip, and then we're going to ask a series of questions to see how much information you were able to extract from the audio clip and how much information you comprehended. Now, the good thing about it is it's going to be a conversation between two native English speakers. So sometimes when two native speakers speak together, they speak faster. And that's going to really have to help you to train your ear to listening to these types of conversations. All right? So we'll get into that in just a few moments. But first of all, we'd like to do our greetings and meet all the students for this hour. And we have one of them who's come and taken a seat already. It's Abdu. How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you very much, Abdu. Just one thing, my friend. I noticed when I speak to you, I get an echo. Is it possible that you have another screen open?
Other
Or,
screen?
well, may I suggest that you turn off all of the, all of your boxes,
Microphone.
shut down all your boxes except for the Google Hangout?
Yes, no, I just opened this one.
Okay. Maybe, are you wearing a headset or headphones?
Yes, I have a headset, yes.
You do have a headset? Okay. Well, there's something going on because when I speak with you, I get an echo back, so I can hear my own voice.
I think that my headset have the voice is loud and reaches the microphone, I think.
Okay. Well, if you could do something to rectify this situation, that would be fantastic.
Next time I will change it.
Okay, perfect. Maybe the other thing you could do as well would be to mute your microphone when you're not speaking, and then when the other students are talking, then we won't hear we won't hear feedback coming through your mic. Okay?
Yes, obviously, yes.
Okay, that'd be perfect. Thank you. I'm gonna go ahead and mute you now. Just keep that in mind. All right. Alatoli, hey, it's been a long time. Welcome back. How are you?
Hi, Wiz. How are you?
Good. Thank you. Where have you been? Busy, I guess.
Not that busy, but actually I had some connection problems for over 2 weeks. So I was out of this world in 2 weeks. And actually,
wow.
I'm really happy to be here again. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's good. I'm happy. I was wondering if something happened to you, or if you just forgot about us, or what happened.
No, I would never do that. No, actually, there have been some construction workers under our house and some problems. So I'm happy to be here again. How are you, Wiz? How is your leg and everything?
Well, I'm doing not too bad. My foot is still causing me all kinds of problems, unfortunately. You know, I can walk around now, but I still get a lot of pain. So, but it's only been, I guess, what, 3.5 weeks or something. So I guess it's going to take 6 to 8 weeks to heal. But we'll see. If it doesn't start to show some more signs of improvement soon, I might have to go back to the doctor and see if maybe the bone didn't heal correctly or something. But anyways, you know, it's kind of a shame, really. But nice to have you back.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's great. Okay, we had Danilo Sousa in the class last hour, so we're happy that he's decided to come back. Good stuff. How are you doing, Danilo? You hanging in there?
Yeah, I'm fine. Again with you.
That's great. No problem. You can always come back.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
We have just a few classes for initiated basic, you know?
Sorry, what are you asking?
We have in verbally, we have a few or a little class for basic peoples. No,
Oh, like for beginners.
beginners. Yes, beginners.
Yeah, we do have beginners classes. You have to when you sign into a class, it'll usually say if it's for a beginner, for intermediate, or for advanced. This one for today is, I think it's at the intermediate level.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a little more difficult for you, I think. But we do beginners. Like yesterday, I did. I think I did 3 beginners classes yesterday. So those are the ones that you want to get in on if you're not comfortable.
I was looking for a beginners class, but we have just littles. It's difficult to find when I am available.
Oh, okay. Well, I tell you what. If you visit my Facebook page and you tell me when you're available, I'll see if I can do a beginners class for you when you're available. Okay?
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Okay, but yeah, no problem. Check out my Facebook page there if you would like, and then you can tell me. You can write it on there. I'll see if I can get you the message.
Okay.
Okay, cool. All right, not see if I can get you the message. I'll see if I can get you the link to my page, and then you can tell me your schedule. All right, let's go ahead and welcome. Well, Destan is back, so we're happy about that. Halwani's back. That's good. And how about Mai Tran? How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. Actually,
Cool.
you mispronounced my name. It is Chuan.
Oh, I'm sorry. My Tran.
Yeah.
My
It's
Tran.
right.
It
Yes.
kind of sounds like I'm saying my train.
Yes. It is Vietnamese,
I'm
so
going
it
to miss
will be
my
a
train.
little difficult.
Yeah, no. Where is what is your origin again? What country are you from?
I'm from Vietnam. Have you ever
Okay,
been
so
there?
is your name's No, I would love to go. But I've never been.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you very much. How is your roommate doing?
She's doing good, but she can't join your class today.
No? Oh, okay. Well, tell her I said hello.
Okay, she would be very happy to hear that.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. Okay, so we're happy to have you. Welcome. And Slim, it's been a while, Slim. How you doing, man?
Not bad, not so bad. How are you, Wes?
Good, Slim. Good, thank you. What's new?
I have flu.
Oh, no, you got the flu.
Yes, the spring flu. Oh, it's
Oh,
crazy.
I'm sorry.
No problem.
That's a bummer. Is it like really a strong flu this time around, or what?
I feel my voice is changing sometime.
Uh-oh. Yeah. Okay, well, sorry about that.
No problem.
Hopefully you feel better soon.
Thank you.
Maybe a couple of doses of Verbling will help you.
Oh, some إخوانا, maybe you'll see. Maybe.
Yeah, who knows what can help you. Okay, well, welcome. Now let's go to now last class we had Tadayoshi in the class, but Tadayoshi didn't say anything. Are you there today, or are you there now, Tadayoshi? Tadayoshi, are you there? Okay, Tadayoshi's still very nervous, but we're happy to have him or her with us. I don't know if it's a him or a her. Oh, hello! She's responding, or he or she is responding in the chat box. All
I
right.
think it's a man, and did you explain it for him how to unmute himself, teacher?
I didn't explain it, no. But I tell you what I'll do. I'll give you some homework. If you want, you can explain it in the chat box for him.
Thank you.
Yeah, go
But
ahead.
chat box is not working well. I didn't know why the problem. Babling have problem with his application in the Hangout. It's not
Yeah.
working well. We have every time to try to delete and add again to now the new and the fresh message.
Yeah, just so everybody knows, we're using the Google chat box today because the Verblink chat box is being repaired. It's not working. So if everybody wants to, they can just go over to the Google chat box. We're going to use that, okay? Okay, so Tadayoshi says that there's something wrong with the mic. That's why he's not responding. Okay, no problem. Now we got this other student here. Is it Thui Nugent?
Yes, I'm here. Hello, teachers. How are you?
Hey, good. Thank you. Did I say your name right, Thui?
Yes, exactly. My name is Thuy. Yes, I'm from
Thuy.
Vietnam too. Yes.
Cool. We got 2 Vietnamese women in our class. That's great. So,
Yes.
what part of Vietnamese are you from? Or what part of Vietnam? Not Vietnamese, I'm sorry.
I live in a small cities in the middle of Vietnam. Thanh Hóa. Do you know? I
No,
think
I
you
don't
don't know.
I don't know.
Yes.
Sorry. But I
Yes.
like to hear. I like to hear about it. So
Oh,
tell me about where you're from. What's it like?
I'm sorry. I'm
Tell me a
sorry.
little. Yes. Okay. I'm gonna ask you a question now. Tell me a little bit about the area. Do you live in the mountains? Do you live in a city?
Yes.
What's it like?
Yes, I live in a small town, small city, but it's near the beach and there's a mountain here too.
Okay, sounds very nice. Do you like it?
Yes, thank you.
Cool. You're welcome. Okay. Well, I think we've met everybody. So once again, welcome to all of you. And just for some of you who don't know, my name is Teacher Wesley. I've put my Facebook page there in the chat box, so you can go ahead and write me your message if you had a question for me, or you wanted to write your schedule, didn't you? Danilo, you can write your schedule in there if you'd like. Okay, so what we're going to do this hour is it's going to be an intermediate level class, intermediate to intermediate advanced, really, because we're going to be doing some listening comprehension. So I'm going to play these 6-minute audio clips for you, and you're going to have to listen to the conversation that's going to take place between 2 native English speakers. Try and get as much information from the conversation as possible, because at the end, we'll ask you a series of questions to see just how much you understood, okay? It'll be fun, but at the same time, you really want to listen hard, listen closely to what's going on in the conversation, okay? So, give me one moment to get things set up, and we'll be back with you to play the audio clip. 1 sec. Okay, here we go. So I'll play this for you now.
This is 6 Minute English from bbclearningenglish.com.
Hello and welcome to 6 Minute English from BBC Learning.
Uh-oh. What happened there? 1 second.
Bad connection.
Okay, let's try this again.
We are going to talk about a new invention that promises to influence our dreams.
Ooh, that sounds exciting. I love new inventions.
That's good, Rosie, but calm down, hold your horses, because we have to start with the usual challenge for our listeners. Now, I want to put a question to you, and the answer is linked to sleep and dreams. What do the former British Prime Minister, Margaret Thatcher, the former French leader, Napoleon Bonaparte, and the famous English nurse, Florence Nightingale, have in common?
Well, that's difficult because I didn't think they had very much in common.
Let me make it easier for you by giving you 3 options. What did Margaret Thatcher, Napoleon Bonaparte, and Florence Nightingale have in common? Is it that they A, all dreamt of becoming farmers when they were children, B, that they all suffered from a recurring nightmare of being bitten by spiders, or C, they all usually slept for just 4 hours a night?
Dreaming of being farmers. I dream about being a movie star.
Well, farmer or movie star, they ended up becoming famous due to their remarkable achievements. Now, I'll give you the answer by the end of the program. Now, let's talk about this interesting invention that got you so fired up. It works in smartphones, Rosie.
That's so cool. I just adore my iPhone and have loads of applications on it.
An app or application is what Professor Richard Wiseman from the University of Hertfordshire has developed to influence dreams. It plays specific sounds to you while you're sleeping. You select the sound and the phone automatically plays when it detects you're dreaming by monitoring your movements. Let's hear a report from the BBC's John McManus.
Professor Wiseman says most people have about 5 dreams every night, but if they're pleasant, they can lead to people feeling more positive and being more productive during the day. A recent survey found that most people would choose sounds that prompted relaxing visions, perhaps set in woods filled with birdsong. Others, though, wanted some nighttime adventure.
So, some people wake up feeling better after an agreeable or a pleasant dream. They're able to work more and are more productive. You know, I feel really sleepy when I get up, and I need about 3 hours before I actually feel awake.
And what sort of sounds would make your mind produce or prompt relaxing visions, Rosie?
I'm not too sure. But you know, I'm thinking about those nature CDs, the ones with the waterfall sounds and the birds in the forest and things like that.
Well, for me, a dream is all about adventure, all about going up a mountain and discovering somewhere new or exploring a new country. But it's good to keep in mind that this technology is in the experimental stage. They even plan to find a way so that when you wake up, the app will prompt you to feed back exactly what your dream was and how you felt.
So they are still working to develop this project.
Yes, they are. But let's listen to the final part of John McManus's report to find out how the technology might be used if it is successful.
A successful experiment could lead to new ways of treating depression and stress. It may also enhance creativity. Paul McCartney was said to have woken from a dream with the Beatles' hit Yesterday going through his mind. And Mary Shelley was inspired by a dream to write the horror story Frankenstein. Most of us, of course, will be hoping for sweeter dreams than that.
I liked the idea that it could make us even more creative. John McManus said that it may enhance creativity, and the mention of the ex-Beatle Paul McCartney is really enticing. He came up with so many great songs.
And the English novelist Mary Shelley was also very creative when she wrote the horror story Frankenstein.
I would have thought that Frankenstein is more of a nightmare.
Talking about nightmares, let's go back to our challenge, Rosie. I'll repeat the question and the 3 options, and you can guess the right one. What do the former British Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher, the former French leader Napoleon Bonaparte, and the famous English nurse Florence Nightingale have in common? Is it A, they all dreamt of becoming farmers when they were children, but ended up doing something else? B, they all suffered from a recurring nightmare of being bitten by spiders? Or C, they all usually slept for just 4 hours a night?
That's a very difficult question. I think I'm going to go for B, the nightmare of being bitten by spiders.
Okay, well, the answer is actually C. Margaret Thatcher, Napoleon Bonaparte, and Florence Nightingale usually slept for just 4 hours a night. Most people would only feel rested after 7 or 8 hours of sleep. But for these guys, 4 hours would do.
That's incredible! So they didn't even have that much time to dream.
Or some people might say that they didn't even have time enough for nightmares either. Unfortunately, we've run out of time ourselves, and we have to finish the program now. But we leave you with today's words.
Okay, so just give me a half a second. I'll just get my mic set up again. Right, I'm back. I'll just adjust my camera. Okay, so what was I going to say? I forget what I was going to say. How much did I had something I was going to say and I forget. Don't you hate that when that happens? Okay, anyways, so how much of the information, how much of the conversation do you guys feel that you understood? Tui, how about you? 50%, 10%, 100%? What do you think?
I'm sorry, but I think I'm just a beginner, so I just hear a little bit.
Yeah.
That is same, but I'm not. I didn't hear. I didn't understand much.
How much in percentage? 10%? 1%?
I think 10%.
10%. Okay, good. We'll try and get that up. Okay, we'll try and increase that over the coming days and weeks.
Thank you.
Okay. Tadayoshi says 50. That's pretty good. Slim, what about you?
I think I'm so optimistic. Then I would say 17%.
17.
Yes, it's
17?
No. 70.
70.
70%. Yeah,
Okay.
70.
Okay. And my train, how about you? My train.
I think I understand about 40 or 50%.
40 to 50. Okay. Wow.
Don't know yet.
Ala says 90. Wow, that's fantastic. Okay. Cool. Okay, let's ask some questions and let's see how you guys did, okay? So Rosie said that she dreams of things. What does Rosie dream about?
She wants to be a movie star.
Good. Very good. Yeah, excellent. Wow, that's impressive. I didn't know you guys were going to get that one. Okay, what application did Professor Richard invent?
An application to make dreams or pleasant dreams using sounds.
Okay, good, perfect. Now, so I hear somebody talking. Okay. There was an expression used. It said to hold your horses. What does that expression mean?
Calm down.
To calm down. Okay, good. Yeah. What else can it mean?
Don't be very excited.
Okay, good. Calm down. Don't be too excited. What else can it mean? You're on the right track. You guys are all correct. You're all correct. But
Be realistic. Be realistic.
Yeah, okay.
Or wait till you see the results, then you can judge.
Sorry, Allah? Tell me again.
Wait to see the results, then we can judge about the thing.
Okay, so to be patient, maybe. To be patient, to wait to see the results. Okay, so that's right. So all of those are correct. You know, to calm, to be calm, to calm down, or to be patient. Like if somebody wants to leave the house, let's say somebody... Sounds like somebody's living by the ocean there. We hear the ocean coming in. Okay, if somebody says to you, I want to leave right now. I want to go, you know, out for dinner right now. You could say, hold your horses, which means be patient. Just wait. Calm down. Okay? So all of those things. Good. All right, let's move along. Chris said that dreaming was all about what for him?
It was about mountains.
Adventure.
Adventure and exploring places.
Okay, good. Yeah, excellent. Wow, impressive. And you're right about said about mountains. So yeah, he likes to be out in the mountains and adventures. Okay, good. What about this next question? Talked about how if the app was successful, how it would benefit society. So here's the question. How could the application benefit society if it was successful?
It will be the new way to treat stress and depression and make people more creative.
More
Okay,
pleasure.
good. What's that?
More pleasure. With
More pleasure.
yes, to be prepared for the day. Not having being 3 hours to prepare themselves to begin the day.
Okay, right. So they'd feel more rested on less sleep.
Yes.
Yeah, more productive.
And henceforth more productive. Very good. Okay, excellent. All right, let's ask the next question. What do the former Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher, French Napoleon leader Napoleon, and the famous English nurse Florence Nightingale have in common?
They sleep 4 hours a day.
Yeah, sleep for just 4 hours a night.
That's crazy, right? That's crazy.
No, so crazy.
No, how many hours do you sleep, Slim?
4 hours. I am I am Napoleon. I don't think so. But I sleep 4 hours a day. Actually, sometimes I sleep 3 hours, sometimes I sleep 7 hours. But in the middle, we say between 4 and 5 hours a day.
Wow. And you can function okay?
Yes, as I have free time, I can work well.
But you know what's funny, everybody, is he also said that he was very sick today.
Yeah.
So
But,
Slim, maybe you need to sleep.
Maybe. It's not, I the problem for I'm sorry. The problem of to have been sick is I have played football at midnight in open space in the stadium, and I feel it, yes, frozen.
Oh, okay. You were cold.
Yes.
Okay.
And the weather.
Yeah. No, I understand. Okay. Well, 4 hours of sleep. I need more than 4 hours. How many hours of sleep do you need to feel good, Abdu?
8 hours.
I think 6
8
hours.
hours. Yeah. What about you, Allah?
Well, if I got 6 hours a night, that would be more than enough for me.
6 hours is good. Okay.
Yeah.
Ahmed, how about you?
Okay, usually 5 hours, but it depends. The time I'm depressed, I might sleep more.
If you're depressed?
Yeah.
Okay, that's true. Usually if people who are depressed, they sleep a bit more. Danilo, how many hours do you need to function?
Sorry, I didn't understand. How many hours what?
Hours of sleep do you need?
I need 10 hours, but I just sleep in 8 or 9.
Okay, cool.
But I like to sleep very much, but I can't.
Well, sleeping is important for sure. All right. Let's go to Dastan. How about you?
Well, I want to sleep 9 or 10 hours, but I can't now because I studied and I don't have much time to sleep.
Okay. That makes it hard.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, what does it, no, wait a minute, we already asked that question. So that was it, Those were the questions that I formulated for you guys to test your comprehension. So you guys did really well, Some of you guys got like 80–90%, that's phenomenal. Okay, let's talk for just a few moments about some of the new words, okay, that we heard in the discussion, okay? So here's the list of the words. I'll pull them up on the screen. So the first one was hold your horses. Well, we already talked about that one, so that's okay. But this other word, remarkable, what does that word mean, remarkable?
Exceptional. Exceptional, amazing.
Good, okay, exactly. What about fired up?
Excited.
Yes.
Yes, excited, good. If somebody is all fired up, it could also mean maybe that they're all excited, yeah, but maybe it could mean that they're also like excited, not necessarily always in a good way. It could also be in a bad way.
Yes.
Yeah, like you could say
angry.
Yes, exactly. He's all like got angry, got fired
Sometimes
up.
I fire up.
You get fired up?
Yes, when I become angry.
Okay. What about pleasant? What does that word mean? Pleasant.
Happy.
Good. Productive.
Creative.
That promote production. Something
Yes.
that help production.
Good.
Productive.
Okay. Able to produce whatever it is that you're working on, right? Okay.
Yes.
What about the word prompted?
Right away.
What is that?
Trời ơi, không nói được.
If you are prompted to do something, what does that mean?
Obliged to do.
Thôi không cần.
Sorry, somebody else said something I didn't hear.
Obliged to do something.
Okay, obliged. It's not so much obliged, although I understand why you say that. But if somebody prompts you, what's another word for that? Are there other ideas?
Push you in.
Advances you.
Okay, it could be pushed. It could be, but it could also be encouraged.
Encourage you, yes. I missed that.
Yeah. So it doesn't have to be pushed,
Trời ơi, anh không nói.
but it could be just encouraged to do something. Okay, good. And enhance. What does enhance mean?
Improved.
Yes, very good. Okay. Danilo, I had to mute your microphone. I got some feedback from you. Somebody else is giving me feedback too. All right. Abdu, okay. All right, guys, just remember, please, if you're not speaking, just keep your mics muted, all right? Okay, good. So those are the words that we heard today. So let's go ahead and take a look at one more, shall we? We got time, I think, for one more. So let me set it up, and we'll give her a listen. One moment. We'll get things set up for you. Okay, here we go.
This is 6 Minute English from bbclearningenglish.com.
Hello and welcome to 6 Minute English from BBC Learning English. I'm Chris.
And I'm Rosie.
And today we're going to talk about a proposal in Australia to legalise the possession of soft drugs. Rosie, let's start with a question for our listeners. When was the first international treaty to combat the sale and use of drugs signed?
Ooh, that's a difficult one. Oh, go on, give me a clue.
Well, you'll have our usual three options, so listen carefully. When was the first international treaty to combat the sale and use of drugs signed? Was it in A, 1962, B, 1945, or C, 1912?
Well, it helps to think about historical facts that took place at the time. So in the 1960s, we had the hippies and the so-called counterculture. In 1945, the end of World War II, and in 1912, well, the Titanic sank.
Okay, think about it. The answer will come by the end of the programme. Have a crack at it.
Crack? Oh, to have a crack at something means to have a go or to try something. In this case, it means to try to guess the answer to the quiz. But it's also the name given to a particular kind of drug sold on the streets, and one considered very harmful to a person's health.
Yes, it is, and it's not defined as a soft drug. Often drugs are classified or organised according to the potential harm they can cause people. Hard drugs are those that are classified as the most harmful or addictive, such as cocaine or heroin, and crack cocaine would be one of them.
Yes, and the soft ones are those that are sometimes seen as being less harmful, such as marijuana and ecstasy. These seem to be the ones now being discussed in Australia.
That's right. The Australian Foreign Minister has announced that he would like to see soft drugs decriminalised or made legal.
That's very controversial. Why has he decided to say this?
Well, let's listen to the BBC correspondent, Duncan Kennedy, in Sydney. See if you can hear what personal experience the Australian minister has of drugs.
Bob Carr is known to be a straight talker on many subjects. Now, Mr. Carr says that when it comes to what he calls soft drugs, there should be a policy of decriminalisation. Mr. Carr, whose younger brother died from a heroin overdose, says that police are wasting their time and resources trying to stop individuals carrying these drugs.
So it has to do with his brother and a heroin overdose. He took an excessive amount of this drug and died.
Yes, his tragic experience of losing his brother to drugs has motivated him to call for soft drugs to be legalised. And as the reporter says, he seems to be a straight talker indeed, someone who likes to speak very honestly and directly.
But not everyone agrees with him. Let's hear from the BBC correspondent in Australia.
Mr. Carr's boss, the Prime Minister, Julia Gillard, said she didn't want to see any drugs decriminalised. Ms. Gillard said that people should continue to get help for their addiction, and the police should carry on trying to stop drug usage.
Ah, now I remember where I've heard this name. It was in the news. She's the Foreign Minister's boss. Julia Gillard is the Australian Prime Minister.
And she didn't agree with him. She wants people to get help for their addiction or their dependence on drugs, but she does not want the decriminalisation of any drug.
But Bob Carr is not alone in his thinking, Chris. I've heard that there's a think tank in Australia that believes he has a point. This organisation conducts research into social or economic issues for the government. And it wants the introduction of a carefully controlled system to deal with these drugs.
In countries such as Switzerland and the Netherlands, they have organised carefully controlled programmes where drug users are given small amounts of drugs, such as heroin, to help them.
Yes, as heroin is highly addictive, but by providing drugs in a controlled and legal way, they believe it can help to reduce crime and the health risks associated with drugs. But, you know, I see the point of people worried about the harm drugs can cause. It's a difficult subject, Chris.
It is.
Let's see what happens with this war on drugs during the next few months. But for now, I'm curious about the quiz. Chris, I still haven't answered the question.
And the question was, when was the first international treaty to combat the sale and use of drugs signed? And I gave you three options. Was it A, in 1962, B, 1945, or C, 1912?
It must have been in 1962, because in the 60s, there seemed to be many drugs around.
How about 1912?
No, I think that's a bit too early.
The answer is 1912. You see, 100 years ago, narcotics passed from country to country with minimal interference from the authorities. But all that changed with the International Opium Convention signed in The Hague. From then onwards, countries were committed to stopping the trade in opium, morphine and cocaine.
Really? Was it that early?
Yes, and unfortunately we are now late, by the way. We have to finish the programme. But we'll leave you with today's words.
Yes, of course.
Okay. half a second here, guys. 1 sec. All right, we're back. We're back in action. So did you guys think you understood more or less of that one? More or less, Ahmed?
Actually, less.
Less, Ala?
Less, yeah.
Less? Okay.
Yes.
Less, Dustin?
A little bit.
A little bit less? Okay. What about you, Maitran? Maitran, how about you?
Oh, here. I have been distracted in the first of the listening, so I kind of don't understand the meaning of it.
Okay, you were distracted. Slim, how about you? More or less? More or less, Slim?
Less. I'm sorry. I have problem with my headset.
Okay. Everybody's got a technical issue here. Okay. 60% said Ahla Toli. Okay, what about you, Twee?
Yes, I still the same, just a little bit. I'm sorry, but I think I'm just a beginner.
Yeah. Don't be sorry, though. Don't be sorry. That's why you're here, so you can get that up to 20%, and then 30, and then 40. Okay, Slim says 55. Good. So he's down a bit too. So this one was a bit harder.
Welcome.
What do you guys think? What was the reason? What was the reason that it was more difficult? Do you think?
Thank you.
He had these long sentences in the middle when he was explaining why it was the treaty in 1912. I couldn't understand much about it.
Yes, me too.
Oh, I see. Okay, so it's just because he was talking so long.
So long.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Well, let's take a look at some of the questions here that I've got just to see how you guys did. Okay. So there was an expression used to have a crack. To have a crack.
Yeah.
To try something.
Try something.
Right. Okay. Good. To try something. So where do we use that expression? Is that used in the United States?
I don't know, but according to this, what we heard already, it was something from BBC. That means it is in England, maybe. It is used in England.
Right. Okay, so if you have a crack at something, if somebody says, "Oh, go have a crack at it," that means to give it a try. But yeah, that's only used in Britain. We don't use that in North America. Okay? Just so you guys know. Okay, good. When did the Titanic sink?
It was in 1912.
Yeah, I think I agree.
1912.
1912.
Good. Okay. Yeah, perfect. Okay. Next question. What is famous, or what are the 1960s famous for, according to the dialogue?
Hippies.
I forget it.
Yeah?
Can you repeat your question?
Sure. What, according to the dialogue, what were the 1960s famous for? Or what are they famous for?
Oh, hippies. It must be hippies.
Okay, hippies was one of them. What was the other thing they said?
The war, I'm not sure.
No.
Said
Was it? No.
the hippies and the so-called what? Hippies and the so-called.
Was it the first man to walk on the moon? Not
No,
sure.
well, he didn't. That wasn't what was in the dialogue. Rosie said. So in the 1960s, we had the hippies and the so-called counterculture. So it was known for the hippies and the counterculture. All right.
It is the counterculture.
What is that? What is counterculture?
Yeah.
Counter.
Let me write it in the chat box for you, shall I? Okay, counterculture. Okay. Everybody knows what culture is, right?
Yeah. Oh, culture.
Culture.
Cultural.
Guys, I'm getting all kinds of feedback coming here. It's making it really difficult. Okay. Counterculture. Let's just break this apart and we can discuss this for a moment together. What is, everybody knows what culture is that right? Does anybody not know what culture is? When we talk about cultures, what are we talking about?
Cultures is something
special.
Something is traditional or
Yes.
about food, about something festivals. Yes.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So we're talking about culture is the way a group of people do things. They do things a certain way. That's their culture, traditions often come into culture. Okay, good. So now we think about the word counterculture. Okay. Sometimes in English we use this word counter to mean like the opposite of. Okay. So when we talk about counterculture, we're talking about a group of people who were like, we're going to do things differently than the way that everybody else does them. So they were counterculture. Okay? So that's the idea there. So in the 1960s, a bunch of people decided that they were going to do things different than everybody else. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Can you give
And
some example?
Well, rock and roll was maybe an example. People, they're right. That's rock and roll, and the type of music, the way they dressed. People started having long hair. In the 50s, everybody had really short hair, and in the 60s, people started to have long hair. And the way they dressed. People used to always tuck in their shirt and things like that, and then people started to have their shirt untucked and wear big baggy clothes, and getting into from the 60s to the 70s. So it was just a group of people that were deciding, no, we're going to do things different, and that's where you get the hippies from, right? The hippies were all about doing things differently as well. Oh, yeah. Okay, so let's go to the next question. What is a straight talker? In the dialogue, they talked about somebody who was a straight talker. What is that?
Straight talker.
I don't know.
I think straight talkers. There are something. There are some people who talks very
simply
straightforward.
Okay, I think you guys are on the right track. I think you're headed in the right direction. If you're a straight talker, yeah, go ahead.
Maybe there's a people who always say what are they thinking.
Okay, you're on the right track now for sure. Okay.
Can I add something?
Yes, please.
Yes, I think straight talker that somebody that he talks. He didn't lie. He talks directly to the object. How can you say? They didn't try to skip one point or another.
Good. Okay. So I think I think the expression you're looking for is that he's direct and to the point.
Yes.
Direct and to the point. So somebody who's a straight talker is not somebody who's going to lie to you. Somebody who's going to tell you exactly how they feel about something. They are direct and to the point. Okay? They don't take 10 minutes to say something. They just say it. All right. Sometimes that's good, sometimes that's bad, right? The antonym of straight talker. That's a good question. Somebody who beats around the bush. That's another expression. Somebody who beats around the bush. That means that they, beats around the bush. That's another expression. That means the opposite. That's somebody who keeps just like talking in circles, but without ever actually saying the main point. They just keep beating around the bush. Okay? All right, let's continue. What countries have controlled programs where they give drugs to people to help them?
Australia.
Australia, yeah.
Okay. What there was let's see here. There was a couple of countries mentioned. Do you guys remember the other ones?
Colombia. Maybe England.
I don't know.
France.
You know what? I'm just trying to find the answer here now, so I can show you guys. I want to. There we go. Okay. Would you believe it? Australia was not one of them.
Really?
Maybe it was England.
No.
No.
England.
Okay. Chris said, let me mute some. Okay, he's gone. Chris said in the dialogue, in countries such as Switzerland and the Netherlands, they have organized, carefully controlled programs where drug users are given small amounts of drugs, such as heroin, to help them. What were the countries?
Switzerland and the Netherlands.
And the Netherlands, yeah, perfect, yeah, exactly. So that's kind of interesting, right? The Netherlands and Switzerland, they actually have programs where they administer heroin to people. Well, how do you guys feel about that?
Did it work?
I don't know. It's a good question. Does that make a difference if it works? Does that make it okay?
Yeah.
What if they become a... What do you think, Slim?
I don't agree that. I'm sorry. I am converse. How to say? I am a traditional way.
Okay.
We have to ban that. We have not to give people the opportunity to lose control of their mind. We have many people, they lose their control and become a killer, or maybe more, a serial killer. Yes.
Well.
So do I.
Okay, you think it's no good?
Yes. We have to ban it.
Yeah. Well, there's definitely differing opinions out there on this subject. It's a hot topic. In my country, in Canada, it's a very hot topic because they want marijuana to be legalized so people can smoke marijuana, and for medical use they allow it. So,
yes, no problem with the medical use. I am surely if something is medical, we have to allow that. But I am speaking about the how to say somebody they want to be enjoy the control, be out of their minds. How to say it?
Yeah. No, I understand. Okay. Well, it's like I said, it's not. I don't have the answers. It's just a question to put out there, and of course, everybody has different opinions about it. So, it's always a good conversation topic, isn't it, about that kind of thing? I know there's some countries that they don't allow alcohol, but they allow other drugs. So, everybody has different feelings and different cultures, cultural ideas about this sort of thing. Anyways, we're going to end the class here, guys, okay? And we're going to start up again at the top of the hour with my next class. So, Remember some of the words that we learned today? Okay, we talked about, what were some of the expressions and words that we learned today? You remember?
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank teachers.
Okay, a straight talker was one of them. A straight talker.
Yes,
Okay.
one.
To crack.
Have a crack at something.
Yes, good. Have a crack at
Count-
something.
Hold your horse. Hold your horse.
Yes.
Counterculture, hold your horses. Perfect. Let's remember those four. Okay?
Okay.
Try to use them. Try to use them today or tomorrow so that you don't forget. Okay, guys?
Hold your horses, guys.
Yeah, hold your horses. The next class is coming. Hold your horses.
Teacher,
Yes.
one more question before you quit. I want to know if the next class is for what level, beginner or advanced or intermediate.
Okay. Okay, let me have a check here for you.
It's intermediate.
Oh, thank you. There we go. Okay. This next class is grammar class, intermediate grammar class based on using used to.
Okay. Oh.
Based on using used to. So it'll be an intermediate class. Okay?
Thank you.
All right, guys. We'll talk to you later. Have a nice one. Bye-bye.